Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Hadiza and this is Africa Living with Hadiza. Today is Friday. Woo, 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 woo. And I'm back with another interesting episode of Focus Friday, focusing on our incredible African heroes. Today we're going to be focusing on another amazing African queen. In fact, when I was researching about her, my mind was literally blown at the boldness and courage of this woman. I'm talking about none other than Nana Yaa Asantewaa of the Asante Kingdom. I hope you enjoyed watching last week's episode on Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, and if you haven't, the link is going to be here. You should definitely check it out. Yaa Asantewaa was born in 1840 in BCs. She was the daughter of Kwaku and Poma and Ata Po. After a childhood without incident, she cultivated crops on the land around Boakra. She entered a polygamous marriage with a man from Kumasi with whom she had a daughter. She was an intellectual, a politician, a human rights activist, a queen, a leader, a successful farmer, and a mother. Yaa Asantewaa became famous for leading the Ashanti rebellion against British colonialism to defend the golden stool. She promoted women emancipation as well as gender equality, and she was the sister of the ruler of Ejisu, Nana Akwasi Afrane Okpase, an ethnic group in present-day Ghana, who also appointed her the Queen Mother. Her brother Akwasi died after the Ashanti Civil War between 1883 to 1888. After his death, Yaa Asantewaa, being very influential as Queen Mother, used her influence to nominate her grandson as ruler of Ejisu in 1896. Her grandson, as well as the king of the Ashanti, were exiled to Seychelles by the British. This was the British way of dealing with African kings in the past, as was the case with the Benin Kingdom with the capture and exile of Oba Ovoranwe in 1897. Sending a king to exile in such times were often followed by looting of their land. This has led to the discovery of lots and lots of Africa's valued arts and crafts in Britain. Till this day, Africa has still not been able to regain its stolen treasures. As expected, to further entrench their authority, the British Governor-General of Ghana, then known as the Gold Coast, Frederick Hodgson, demanded the golden stool. The golden stool was the symbol of the Asante Kingdom, and this prompted a conference of the elders. Yaa Asantewaa was highly disgusted at the behavior of her male counterparts and insisted that if the men would not go and fight, she would gather the women to fight for the land. Yaa Asantewaa, who was present at this meeting, stood and addressed the members of the council with these words: "How can a proud and brave people like the Ashanti sit back and look while white men took away their kings and chiefs and humiliated them with a demand for the golden stool? The golden stool only means money to the white men. They have searched and dug everywhere for it. I shall not pay one one to the governor. If you, the chiefs of Ashanti, are going to behave like cowards and not fight, you should exchange your loincloth for my undergarments." To dramatize her determination to go to war, she seized a gun and fired a shot in front of the men. Yaa Asantewaa was chosen by a number of regional Ashanti kings to be the war leader of the Ashanti fighting force. This is the first and only example for a woman to be given that role in the Ashanti history. The Ashanti-British War of the Golden Stool, also known as the Yaa Asantewaa War, was led by Queen Mother Nana Yaa Asantewaa with an army of 5,000. Beginning in March 1900, the rebellion laid siege to the fort at Kumasi where the British had sought refuge. The fort still stands today at the Kumasi Fort and Military Museum. After several months, the Gold Coast governor eventually sent a force of 1,400 to quell the rebellion. During the fighting, Queen Yaa Asantewaa and 15 of her closest advisors were captured, and they too were sent into exile to the Seychelles. The rebellion represented the final final war in the Anglo-Ashanti series of wars that lasted throughout the 19th century. On the 1st of January 1902, the British finally annexed the territory that the Ashanti Empire had been controlling for almost a century, and the Ashanti was transformed to a protectorate of the British Crown. Nana Yaa Asantewaa died in exile in the Seychelles on 17th of October 1921. 3 years after her death, on the 17th of December 1924, King Prempeh I and the other remaining members of the exiled Ashanti court were allowed to return back to Ashanti. King Prempeh made sure that the remains of Nana Asantewaa and the other exiled Ashantis were returned for a proper royal burial. Queen Asantewaa's dream for an Ashanti independent from colonial rule was realized on the 6th of March 1957 when the Ashanti Protectorate gained independence as part of Ghana. Ghana was the first African nation in West Africa to achieve this feat. Nana Yaa Asantewaa understood the ramifications of British colonial rule. She is seen by Ghanaians today as a queen mother who exercised her political and social clout to help defend her kingdom. The role she played in influencing the Ashanti men to battle the British appears to be a function of her matriarchal status. Yaa Asantewaa remains a much-loved figure in the Ashanti history and in the history of Ghana as a whole. For her role in confronting the colonialism of the British, she is immortalized in songs as follows: "The woman who fights before cannons, you have accomplished great things and you have done well." To highlight the importance of encouraging more female leaders in the Ghanaian society, the Yaa Asantewaa Girls Secondary School was established at Kumasi in 1960 with funds from the Ghana Educational Trust. In the year 2000, a week-long centenary celebration was held in Ghana to acknowledge Yaa Asantewaa's accomplishments. As part of these celebrations, a museum was dedicated to her at Kwaso in the Ejisu district on the 3rd of August 2000. Unfortunately, a fire on the 23rd of July 2004 destroyed several historical items, including her sandals and her battle dress, but the museum still exists till today. A second Yaa Asantewaa festival was held from the 1st to the 5th of August 2006 in Ejisu. Thank you so much for watching. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you have learned something new and something amazing about the incredible things that African women have done in the history of making Africa the beautiful continent that it is. I hope this inspires you to continue to chase the dream of African liberation in your country, in your community, and wherever you find yourself as an African. As an African woman, we have an incredible role to play in our society, and the time has come for us to rise up to our positions. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you same time, same place next week for another incredible story of our African heroes.